India being a young country with a lot of potential in terms of population, there are plenty of opportunities. The entrepreneurs here, we have to understand the indigenous problem that we have in India and work on solution towards those problems.
Is digital marketing a good career option or a best startup option?
It's a service-based industry where your investment is pretty much your knowledge. The need of R is not just startups. It is startups with social responsibility.
Welcome to ICT Academy Dialogue. Today we have Mr. Venkatesh Pannirchelvan, CEO and founder Infinix, the digital marketing company. Welcome, sir.
Hello.
So you are into the field of entrepreneurship and digital marketing. What's your opinion on the future of entrepreneurship in India?
Just to give a little bit of history, when my dad wanted to be an entrepreneur, when he approached his parents, they were not very supportive of the idea. So my father had to get into a government job. Fast forward 30 years later, when I approached my dad, and asked whether I could be, I wanted to get into entrepreneurship, they were okay with it. So the mindset of people have changed. People are receptive with the idea. In terms of the opportunities, yes, there are plenty of opportunities. India being a young country with a lot of potential in terms of population, there are plenty of opportunities. We have some of the excellent unicorns like Ola, we have Paytm, we have Flipkart. But I think a lot of these companies are inspired by the companies in the US. The entrepreneurs here, we have to understand the indigenous problem that we have in India and work on solution towards those problems. For example, some of the basic things like clean air, clean water, clean and safe food. We have problem with these things, right? And startups, rather than just trying to show numbers to their investors, I think we should have social responsibility, create startups that address these concerns, right? We can't live without water, we can't live without air, we can't live without clean food. So we have to address on these issues. So the need of R is not just startups. It is startups with social responsibility that addresses these kind of problems. I think there is plenty of opportunity in these kind of areas. Apart from, of course, there are startups in artificial intelligence, startups working on a lot of other interesting stuffs like data science, machine learning, robotics, Internet of Things. But my personal preference is more towards these kind of things, solving the problems related to clean food, clean water, clean air. And just to continue, the research says for 1 kg of rice, right, you need about 5,000 liters of water. So you make 1 kilogram of rice with 5,000 liters of water, and we export rice. India is one of the top exporters of rice, and we don't have water here. So how can we address these kind of issues?
So that was a brilliant answer on future of entrepreneurship. People should think with social responsibility as a core focus rather than money making. And now when we talk about business, immediately comes to mind is marketing, right? Because without marketing, no business survives. So what's your opinion on global marketing environment currently? Is it conducive?
Certainly it is conducive because we have tools which we did not have earlier. Okay. When I started doing marketing for our customers back in 2010, we did not have these many tools that help us to understand how the customer behaves. So we are provided with a lot of tools which we did not have earlier, and there was an entry barrier earlier. If you take TV channels, to shoot a video TV commercial and to get it on the TV channel, the cost of production as well as the cost of getting it into the channel, it was very high earlier. But everything, the cost has drastically come down with the digital era. So it is definitely conducive in terms of entry barrier. Yes, everybody is trying to enter into the digital space. And in terms of the tools, in terms of analytics, we have a lot of open source softwares that help us to understand all these things in a better manner. So certainly, yes, it is a conducive environment right now.
Okay.
We are in the best time right now.
When you say the environment for marketing is conducive globally, and it reminds me of one term that is prevalent everywhere, digital marketing. So what is digital marketing and why digital marketing?
To be more precise, marketing your business through social media websites like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and promoting your business through a lot of other websites, right? We call it as partnered sites, and promoting a business through Google. So predominantly, marketing your business through digital channels is called digital marketing. And why digital marketing is important? Because I don't think the current generation, millennials, are spending most of their time in social media websites. And the research says that on an average, a person spends about 2 hours and 15 minutes on a social media per day.
Per day,
right?
okay.
And back when Facebook came, we used to call it a social networking website, right? We don't call it a social networking website. The purpose of these sites have completely changed. It is not anymore just to connect with your friends, right? It is beyond staying in touch with your friends. It has become a source of getting a lot of your information, source of getting news, right? Source of entertainment. So people are spending more time on these digital platforms. So as a marketer, we have to target and reach out to your customer in these channels rather than reaching out through traditional mediums. Traditional channels will be there maybe another 5-10 years. But what is slowly happening is we are seeing our customers spending more on the digital channels, and they are reducing their spend on traditional channels.
So when we talk about digital marketing, what is this kind of bandwidth it has, and what are the channels of digital marketing? Is there any limit to the channels that we have, or will there be more channels emerging in the future?
Yes. So current channels, I would say the popular channels are definitely number one is Google. We always categorize marketing into two categories. One is pull marketing and push marketing. So somebody goes towards something and get to see the information about the product, that is pull marketing. For example, when somebody goes to Google, they type something and search for it. Then Google throws up some answers, that is pull marketing.
Okay.
And whereas you push the messages to your target audience, something like Facebook, that is more of a push marketing. Pull marketing always works out better, and even push marketing with defined target audience, that also works out better. So in terms of the platforms, we have platforms for all of these categories. I mean, few years back, marketers were relying primarily on Google. Then as Facebook emerged, Facebook created an amazing platform for marketers to promote their business, and marketers immediately, they grabbed the opportunity. And then we got Instagram, right? We have Quora, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. So we have a lot of these channels through which we can promote a business, right? And which one is favorite? It depends on the business. So we have seen customers wherein Google delivers extraordinary results and Facebook has failed for that particular business. On the other hand, for certain business, cost of acquiring a customer through Google is very high, and we rely heavily on Facebook. So it varies based on the business. It ultimately depends on your target audience and where your audience are present.
So when we talk about digital marketing platforms available in abundance, is it essential for every kind of business to have their own digital marketing spend and strategy and campaign?
Certainly, every company should have a digital marketing strategy, and they should also have a good execution team. A lot of small companies, they may not have the luxury in having an in-house team, but definitely, yes, everybody who is hungry for more leads, more business should have a digital marketing strategy. And the best thing about digital marketing is it provides an equal platform, whether somebody is a big company, whether somebody is a Fortune 500 company, or whether somebody is a very small company. It doesn't matter. The space is same for all of them. Of course, the spending and the budget will be different, but the space is the same. To give you some weightage and understanding, we have customers who pay us just 5,000 a month. That's it. Their entire spending for a month is just 5,000. And we also have customers where they spend 5 lakhs a month. Their goals are different, and a bigger company's goals could be different. But the point I wanted to emphasize here is it provides a equal space and opportunities for all kinds of companies. So everybody should embrace and get into digital marketing.
Okay. When you talk about the spend, there is no demarcation, and it depends upon the plan and strategy they have for themselves. So businesses or people who approach agencies should have more clarity about what their requirement is. Only that is going to get them leads.
Sometimes what happens is customers, they may not be very clear with what they want.
Yeah.
So it is the responsibility of the agencies to set realistic expectations, explain them what are the opportunities available and what are the limitations, what are the challenges, set a very realistic expectation, and then devise a strategy playing on the strengths on the particular business, and then deliver results.
When we talk about the awareness that every business should have before they approach an agency for their social media strategy, what are the best practices that you would suggest for businesses to think of?
Right. So the first question that a company or a business has to decide is whether they are going to devise a strategy as well as execute the strategy in-house, or whether they are going to outsource the digital marketing activities to an external agency. That is the first question they have to answer. And if they have an in-house team, well and good. If they don't have the bandwidth to do it in-house, or if they don't have the budget to do it in-house, then they should think about outsourcing it to a digital marketing agency. So when they outsource it, just like any other thing, identifying the right vendor is very important. They should share the vision that you have. They should understand your business. They should give realistic commitment, because market is flooded with a lot of agencies lately. So a lot of people who are even new to the digital marketing industry, they give a lot of false commitment just to get the project from the customers. So understanding from a customer point of view, finding the differences between a genuine company who is, setting a very low expectation, as well compared to a company, who are giving a lot of false promise. That's a very, difficult thing to spot from a customer point of view. But that is when, they have to ask more questions, prompt with a lot of questions, and try to get as many, answers possible, and then take an informed decision.
Okay. And the best practices that would you suggest?
The best practices, I would say, identify the right vendor. If you are doing it in-house, work on your skills. Don't try to do everything in-house, because certain things you depend on the experts and try to give it to them. And devising a very good content strategy is very important. Whatever goes out, right, in the digital channel, that is going to reflect your company's image. So aligning with company's goals and vision, your marketing collaterals and everything has to be aligned with it, which sometimes the agency or your team members may not understand it. So that is when the management has to ensure that everything that goes out of the company, every marketing collateral, they have to review it, and there should be a proper reviewing mechanism.
Okay. When we talk about content strategy, how different it is from content creation?
Okay. Content strategy involves creating content and getting the content out to your target audience.
Okay.
Right? Creating is one part. You can have the excellent content produced within your team, but what use it gives if it is not if it is not reaching the target audience. So creating the content and making sure that it reaches the target audience, that is very important.
Okay. If some content is to be pushed through push marketing and pull marketing,
right.
So how it should be positioned for pull marketing and push marketing?
Pull marketing unfortunately takes time. When I say pull marketing, predominantly I'm talking about Google in mind. So you have two options. You can either go for Google search based ads, or you can rely on something called SEO. Okay. SEO takes time. It is not going to be immediate. It's a lot of hard work that goes behind bringing a website in top results through SEO. Okay. So creating the content, I think I would rely more on social media like Facebook in this case. And Facebook itself gives you an option to promote your content with as low as like $500. So you can spend $500 and promote your content reaching about 2000, 3000 people. And if your content is good, then that creates a virality within the content, and people are going to share your content, which is going to reach even more number of audience.
So when we talk about SEO, when someone is to strategize it through SEO, what are the parameters one should satisfy through a content creation?
Okay, so this is little bit you are getting into the technical side.
Okay.
So there are a lot of factors which Google looks at a website to rank a website on top results. Google looks at about 200 different factors about a website to decide which website has to be ranked on top results for that particular keyword, right? It all starts with content optimization, making sure that your content is written without any grammar mistakes. Make sure that the content delivers what the user is searching for. It should not be misleading. If it is misleading, somebody comes to your website and they are going to bounce back immediately. That is a big no. Google tracks that. Google looks at how much time a visitor spends on your website. So a lot of these factors contribute to the ranking in top results. So content optimization, content length is also very important. Making sure that the UI UX part of it is comfortable for the end user. All these factors contribute.
Okay. So when we talk about the content length, Twitter, even for making a tweet, it has a word limitation. When we compare to Facebook, there is no limit, right? So in such platforms, what would be the best strategy to promote something on a platform like Twitter? The content length, I'm asking.
Twitter actually has increased their content length
lately,
a few months back. And if you have to convey more than the character limit which Twitter has provided, then the easy approach is you can always have a link as part of the content and encourage your users to come to the other page and read more about it. But the best advice, Twitter is created to convey it in, it's like Tirukural, right? So you wanted to convey it in shorter number of characters. So that is the whole point of Twitter. So try to adapt to that, and you cannot have the same marketing message communicated across different channels. Every channel is different, right? Twitter is different from Facebook. So the ad copy creator has to customize the ad copy considering these differences.
So would it be right if I ask you what kind of sentence you will post on Twitter to market your company with their word limits given?
Okay, transparent and reliable digital marketing agency delivering ROI based marketing.
Okay, out of all these words, how many are keywords?
I actually haven't. Digital marketing is a keyword here.
Okay,
but rest of it, it's all important from customer point of view, right? Because delivering result based marketing is very important rather than just doing marketing.
Okay,
that is our USP of our business. But if you ask from Google's point of view or Twitter's point of view in terms of keywords, digital marketing and infinix are keywords, I would say.
Okay, great. And talking too much about digital marketing, there will be always a question from the layman's perspective. What are the merits and demerits of digital marketing?
I cannot think of a lot of demerits being in this industry for almost 8-9 years now. Merits I can list a lot. One thing is, like I was saying at the beginning, it provides an equal space for a bigger company as well as a smaller company. So everybody can enter into the digital space. That is number one advantage. Number two, if you want to run a TV campaign across different geographies, let's say I want to promote my brand in US, UK, maybe some Asian countries here and some South American countries, there is a lot of manual effort required here. On the other hand, it's just changing a setting here if I have to do it through a digital channel.
Okay.
Right. So my effort reaching out a bigger audience within a shorter span of time is very easy with digital channel, which is not possible with our traditional ways of marketing. And another important thing is measuring your digital success or failure. Measuring that is far easier with digital. Relatively, if the digital marketer is smart, cost-wise, this will be cost-effective compared to your traditional marketing. So if you do a comparison between cost of acquiring a customer through an offline medium versus a digital medium, then definitely digital medium is cheaper. The most important thing I personally like about digital is you try something. If it doesn't work, you can always go back and change it and try it again with digital. And the results can be measured, which is the advantage of digital.
I came across a term called remarketing.
Right.
What is that about? Is this that
remarketing is completely different. I'm sure we all would have encountered remarketing. I will tell you an example, and I'm sure you can connect with it.
Okay.
So you would have searched for something online. Maybe you would have visited a website like Amazon.com or some website. You would have looked for a product, right? Maybe you would have looked for a shoe or something. The moment you go out of that website, you go to a different website. Maybe you are reading a news in a different website.
Okay.
You will see the exact same product following.
Yeah, I have come across.
And wherever you go, whichever website you visit, you will be seeing the same product coming in right in front of you. The idea here is, it's basically you have not bought the product. You have checked out about the information related to the product, but you have not actually purchased the product. So it is tracked in your cookies, and the product is shown to you again and again, so that you buy the product at some point of time. This concept is called remarketing.
Oh, recently I was made to buy a pair of casual shoes after 1 month of follow-up. So whichever platform I went in, the ads were popping up.
And with too many options that a consumer has today, remarketing is becoming crucial these days, and we recommend remarketing for all our customers.
Listening about remarketing was much astonishing. Is it not in a kind influencing the consumer behavior?
It's certainly the intention is to influence the consumer behavior, but we are not doing it in a wrong way. This is more of influencing a person buying your product.
Okay.
And customer has already shown interest, right? And that is the reason we are putting it again in front of the customer. And it has worked out. Customers like it, right? And only when it is overdone, they might hate it. And again, there are caps. As a marketer, you can set a cap on the number of times a customer is going to see it.
Okay.
Right.
So when we talk about this remarketing, and is there any kind of data analytics that run behind to bring the products that once a customer browses for again and again towards them?
Right. So data analytics is everywhere in this digital era. Data analytics is everywhere, and especially shopping companies like Amazon, they use it in a very effective way. But that's we are talking about two different analytics and science here. So one set of data science and artificial intelligence, where predicting a customer might like this product based on their preferences and their browsing patterns. That's a different thing. On the other hand, we are talking about the web analytics, where an understanding about the user behavior with respect to a particular angle. Right. For example, a website user might come to a website and spend more time on a particular area. Maybe they like what is displayed in that particular area. Understanding that and making some changes to your look and feel of your website, that's a different area.
Okay.
So broadly, it is all called analytics, but you have data analytics, you have web analytics. It's different.
Okay. When you talk about changing the appearance of the website based on how based on the users stay on the website, does it have any impact on the traffic that the website gets?
Indirectly, yes. Google constantly monitors the user experience. The more time somebody is staying in your website, it means they like the website, and Google likes those kind of websites.
Okay.
So which means they get an advantage in getting their website on top results in Google. On the other hand, if your customer likes your website, you build that trust with your customer.
Okay.
Right? And the chances of a prospect turning into a customer is higher.
How is reputation management related with digital marketing? What's its role and how it adds value?
So digital marketing is all about bringing or taking your product in front of your customer. Right? What happens after that? Right? Your Customer is not going to buy the product right away. They are going to do some research and understanding about the quality of your service. They're going to see what other customers who have already bought the product or consumed your service are talking about your product. And that is when the reputation management comes. And unfortunately, a lot of businesses, if you see, they have a lot of negative reviews, right? How do they manage? So it's not just about responding to a Google review saying that, apologies. It's about changing the process within your organization, right? So most of the times, when we interact with our customers, they look for a quick fix, right? They want to go online and remove the review, which is not possible. Right? Somebody has put a Google review or written something bad about the company, that is definitely going to be there forever, and that is going to affect the image of the company. How do we handle it? Right? So if it is a genuine customer review, definitely the company has to make changes in terms of the process, or identify the root cause of the issue and fix it, and give a permanent solution to the future customers as well. On the other hand, we do have customers where competitors write bad things about the business, right? So there are ways to handle it, and there are online reputation management companies and agencies also, like us also. We also handle digital marketing, online reputation management.
Okay, so on reputation management has a scope of being a standalone business by itself.
Reputation management definitely has a scope for a standalone business. There are very few reputation management companies. That is because most of the digital marketing agencies, they handle it. It is part of the services they offer.
How should a consumer swim through the digital space when they are online? What are the precautionary measures they should be taking?
How can they be more secure? It starts with very basic things as simple as having a strong password. A lot of times what happens is passwords are usually 1 2 3 4 5 1 1 1 1. Very simple passwords, right? So have a very strong password, right? That is one basic tip. Second thing, don't have the same password for all your websites. Right? We all have multiple bank accounts. We have Gmail and Facebook and all social media accounts. We have a lot of other, we enroll into a lot of other websites. So categorize these into levels. For me, my banking passwords and other things are very important. So this would be level 1. Have a very complex password, but ensure that you have different passwords for all of your different banking accounts. Level 2, your Gmail and other social media accounts, or maybe your level 2 and my level 2 could be different, right? Based on your individual priorities. And level 2 have different set of passwords. Level 3, another different set. But ensure that it is all unique. And don't write these passwords anywhere. Right? Creating complex passwords and finally writing down somewhere, or creating a Google Sheet and typing all these passwords, again, that's a big no. So ensure that your passwords are unique. And third point is ensure that you don't write it anywhere. Try to remember these passwords. Fourth thing, if you have a video camera in your computer, in your laptop, make sure you review your settings. Right? Do not allow all the applications to use your camera. Right? Make sure that you know what applications are using your camera. And if you are not tech savvy, the easiest option is you can just close your camera with a sticker. I'm sure a lot of tech CEOs, they do that. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg, he does that. So if you are concerned about your privacy, which I think everybody should be, then we should hide or stick something on your camera. And email. When it comes to email, don't click emails from unknown senders. And with respect to using outdated softwares, you have to be very careful. If your operating system is outdated, there is a vulnerability that somebody could hack into your system. So ensure that your operating system is up to date. Ensure that your browser is up to date. Ensure that you have an antivirus software in your system. Right? So these are some of the basic things that you can. And don't be greedy. Right? Somebody says you have won a $1 million lottery. Don't be greedy and click on that. I'm sure if something is too good to be true, it is not true. So Don't be greedy.
Okay, but the passwords, as you have been telling, I was about to ask you, is there any password organizer?
There are plenty of organizers.
Okay.
Right? But I am very skeptical. So what if that gets hacked? You have all your eggs in one basket.
We have almost arrived at the last question of the general things, and then we'll have a rapid fire.
Okay.
Is digital marketing a good career option or a best startup option?
I would say both. It
Okay.
depends on the individual. Somebody wants to be an entrepreneur. They like to engage and discuss with a lot of other entrepreneurs, meeting new people, helping people with their marketing. Then yes, it is a very good startup option. As a business, it gives you definitely a good ROI, and the investment for starting a digital marketing company is very little because it's a service-based industry where your investment is pretty much your knowledge. Right? I started my company at my home.
Okay.
So I was the only employee when I started, and today we are about a 35 plus employees.
Okay.
So investment entry barrier to start a digital marketing agency is almost, I would say, it's very little, and your investment can be as low as zero. It is a knowledge-driven industry, so anybody can get into this industry provided you are interested in this industry. And regarding the career option, yes, certainly it is a great career option because more and more companies are moving towards digital, and the spend on digital is increasing many folds, right? And we are getting new digital channels every few years. We are Quora, which was not having a advertiser platform, has got advertiser platform now, right? And Instagram, which earlier did not have advertiser platform, has advertiser platform now. So a lot of new digital advertiser platforms are emerging as well. So which means advertising spend will increase, which will create more opportunities for youngsters. So somebody who is interested in doing creative work, somebody who is good at content writing, they can get into this industry. But digital marketing is really a very vast space, right? You have content writers, and this content could go anywhere. Your content that goes into Google ad and the content that goes into Facebook ad has to be different, and the content that goes into a blog will be different. So there is a specialization on content marketing itself. So somebody could be a content marketer, or they could be a search engine optimization analyst, wherein they will be working more on the technical side of a website, creating a lot of good quality links, ensuring that the website loads faster, ensuring that it gives a very good user experience for the end user, making sure that the website is mobile friendly. This will be the role and responsibility of somebody who works on SEO. Somebody who works on social media, again creating nice ad copies that interest the end user, that will be their primary responsibility, and running the campaigns, right? Running the campaigns in social media, running the campaigns in Google AdWords, these would be their primary role. And video creators, right? Somebody has to shoot the video, right? Videographer is required. You need somebody who will be editing the videos, right? Somebody who sits in front of camera and speaks. So there are a lot of different analytics person, right? Which is a very crucial role. Somebody analyzing what is happening and then giving recommendation, and data analytics or a web analytics role is also a very important role. So based on your strength, you can get into one of these areas within digital marketing. So digital marketing is a very broad term, and there are areas where everybody can fit in.
So listening to an array of career opportunities and the sense of entrepreneurship that people should put in when they choose digital marketing as a business is really laudable, and it was a great, brilliant interview that you have been giving so far. Now we have rapid fire questions, as I said earlier. A person who has a tremendous impact on you as a leader.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, okay. What will be your advice for first-time leadership position holders?
You cannot be same and consistent across situations. So adaptability is very important.
Okay, and your definition for leadership?
Taking decisions out of your comfort zone.
Okay, and one last rapid fire question, your favorite book and the author?
I don't read books, I read a lot of blogs.
Okay.
So I read Tim Ferriss blog, I read Seth Godin, I read Zen Habits.
Do you blog?
No.
No, okay. Thank you for being with us, and it was a great interview with you today.
Thanks.
Thank
Thanks
you
for coming. Thank you.
And that was ICT Academy Dialogue with Mr. Venkatesh Pannirchelvan, CEO and founder Infinix, the digital marketing company. Follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Thank you.